Hello everyone, my name is Sam-the-tutor and welcome to the second video of the tutorial series. In this video, we are going to talk about the defects commands provided by the ICSDK. But before that, let's take a recap of what we covered in the first video. So basically in the first video, we covered a little bit of what ICP is and the different resources that developers need to get started, and we ended up going through a guide on how to download the ICSDK on our local machine, whether you're running Windows, whether you're running Linux, or if you're on a Mac. And if you've not watched that video, I would recommend you going back, watching the video, and then coming to this part too, because it's basically a continuation of the previous video. So in this video, we're going to look at the different DFX commands. And as you can see on my screen, I have listed a few of the commonly used DFX commands, but there are others and which we may not cover in this video, so you can also check them out in your free time. And so without wasting time, let me bring up my terminal and let's get started. So now my terminal is open and I will use the picture in the background as a guide, so as we can flow smoothly with the commands. And as you can see, the first command is start that I've listed. So to access that command, all you have to do is type dfx start, and then we shall put this the flag of help, or you can write the whole word help so as to see the different the information that is under this command. So if I press enter, you will see that a bunch of information has come up, and as you can see, they try to give a simple explanation. DFX starts the local replica and the web server for the current project, and down here you can see the different flags you can use with it, like host, verbose, background, and they explain each of the flags or the options that accompanies the dfx start command. So the most commonly used flags, I think, is clean. If you want to start a clean version of your project, let's say you had already run the project and there are some states in the replica, and then you want to start a clean version, you just use this flag. And then if you want to leave the dfx running in the background, you can also use this flag of background. So to show you what I mean by that is, you can type dfx start, and then let's use the flag of background, and then the flag of clean, and I think those are the ones. So you can also use the flag of host. So but before that, if I press enter, you will see that it shows me my current version of dfx, which is 0.15.0, and then it has started the replica on the local machine, and now a server is running and also the replica is running. So now I can deploy my project and then interact with it in the normal way. And so that is it basically about the dfx start command. And you would think of the opposite of dfx start as dfx stop. So basically, if the start command allows you to start the replica, then the dfx stop should basically allow you to stop the replica. And so to use the dfx stop, all you have to do is type in dfx stop and then press enter, and you'll see that the replica has stopped. And yes, so that is it about the dfx stop command. So the next one on our list is like the dfx new. like this new command. So what that means, if let me first clear the screen and then dfx new, then let's see some information about this command. So here they are saying it helps you create a new project, and yeah, so basically that's what it does. So as you can see, it also has a flag, it has different flags and arguments. So right here you can see the different flags that you can use. And yes, so the argument, it has one argument, the name of the project. So let's try to use it and see. dfx then new, then the argument would be the name of the project, and let's say we say test project, and basically that would be it. If I press enter, you'll see that it will start creating like a boilerplate for my project. And but before I press enter, you can see there are these flags that you can use, the type, in case you want to create a project in Rust or a project in Motoko. You can see that the default is Motoko. So if I don't specify any type, I will get the backend optimized for Motoko. But then if you want to use Rust, then you can specify the type and then say I want to create a Rust project. And I will not use this type, and because I want the backend to be in Motoko by default. And I think that's majorly about it. And yes, so verbose, in case you want to know the information about the different commands that are run when the project is being created, then the different flags, but those are not important for now. And yeah, so let's run this and see what happens. So if I press enter, you will see that it will basically create like a boilerplate project with both the front end and the back end. So as with the default configurations, as you don't have to hassle with configuring the back end or the front end, or the different configurations that are required. So it will take some time, and let's wait for it to install, and then I'll be back once it completes. Alright, so now it has completed the installation, and as you can see, it gives you some highlights or some guide on what to do next. So basically they want us to run the command, and then so we shall just run this command. Let me type it. So cd test project, and then I'm now in the new folder of the project, of the new project that has been created. And so so that is it about the new command. Like, it helps you to create a new project boilerplate. You can specify the back end language, either Motoko or Rust. You can, by the way, you can also specify that you don't want the front end. And this is, I think this is a flag here right away, but we shall see more of those in the near future when we are creating real projects. So that is it about the dfx new command, and we shall use that often in the coming videos. So let's go next to the dfx deploy, as you can see here. So let me first clear the screen so as you can get some space. So this basically allows you to deploy your project. So if I say dfx deploy, and then we get some information that is the information about this command. So here they're saying deploys or a specific canister from the code in your project. By default, all canisters are deployed. So for you to be able to interact with your project, first of all, you have to install the canisters. Canisters are like smart contracts, and on the internet computer, the back end is in its own smart contract or canister, and then also the front end is hosted in its own canister. So basically, for a complete project, you have like a minimum of 2 canisters, the back end and also the front end. So what this command allows you to do is to deploy those canisters, so as you are able to interact with the project or the code inside those canisters. And as you can see here, the arguments canister name. In case you want to deploy specific canisters, you can specify the name of the canisters or the ID of the canisters. And if at all the canisters require some arguments, like for initialization before they are installed, you can see that there's also this option of flag where you can specify those arguments to be initialized in the canister. And so basically that is it about the deploy. We shall use this quite often to deploy our canisters and stuff like that. And yeah, so basically this is just like an overview. So yeah, so basically that is it about the dfx deploy command. And I'd forgotten one option, the network. So you can also specify the network, whether you want to deploy the canister on the local network or you want to deploy the canister on the main network. So we shall see these options and all these commands in the coming video series. And so that is it about the dfx deploy command, though it's a bit incomplete, but it's just like an overview. So let's go to the next command. By the way, now I may not follow the same order as these commands are, because I want to first explain something about the identity, the wallet, and then I think the ledger. These are there's something I want to explain about these 3, and then we can I think continue with the rest. So I'll start with the identity. So basically this is like a unique identifier that is unique, as I've said, to like the user or the machine or a browser. So basically that's the identity. So let me, if I type this command in the terminal, and then we see some information that is related to this command. Let me try to increase my screen. I don't know what is happening. Let me rerun the command, and you will see that manages identity is used to communicate via the internet computer network. So basically an identity is like an identifier of a user or a machine on the internet computer network. So users have need to have identities that identify them when they're accessing services on the ICP network Also machines need to have identities. Also browsers, like anything that wants to request for information or a service on the internet computer network, it needs to have an identity. And so basically that is it about an identity. But there is an interesting thing about this identity, in that as far as the DFX environment is concerned, an identity comes with other two things. It is associated with the wallet and also the ledger. And that's why I said I wanted to first explain these, like the three these things: the identity, the wallet, and the ledger. So whenever you create a wallet, it is associated with the whenever you create an identity, it is associated with the wallet and also the ledger, meaning your identity is used to control the wallet, which has the cycles, and also the ledger, which you can use to hold ICP, as we would see later on. And so basically here, if we go and look at what the information about the identity, you can export the identity, you can get the wallet. Yes, you can get the wallet associated with that identity, meaning that your identity can control the wallet, which has cycles. And as I told you previously, that cycles are required as computational resources for canisters running on the ICP blockchain, or smart contracts running on the ICP blockchain. And you can import an identity, you can list identities, you can like create different things using this command. So let's run some of these commands as and then we see. So the first one, we shall first see if we have any identities associated with our computer by running dfx identity list. And then you see that I have I've already created different identities. And so as you can see, this one with the star is the one that is currently running. So if I want to get the principal ID of that identity, all I have to do is type dfx identity get principal, and then they will show me the textual representation of my identity. I can also choose to use any of the above identities by typing in dfx identity use, and then maybe I choose Motoko as an identity, and then you will see that they are showing me that I'm now using this identity. And if I also want to see the textual representation, I can just type this command, and as you can see, this one is different from this, because these are completed two different identities. And that is it about identities. You can import identity, meaning if you already have an identity created, there is a special file called the PEM file. You can import it and then use that identity. If you have any cycles, rather if you have any tokens like OICP associated with that identity, then you'll be able to access them when you import that identity. So you can also remove, you can do a bunch of different things, and you can also see the current identity you're using, like dfx identity who am I. You see that I'm currently using the Motoko identity. Let me first switch back, by the way. And so that's it about the identity. But the correlation with the identity and then the wallet and the ledger is the one that I wanted to highlight. So whenever you create an identity, it will be your identity can be used to control the wallet, which has cycles, then also the ledger, which has which can be used to hold ICP. And ICP in this case is required when you want to like top up cycles in your wallet. Remember, cycles are banned from ICP, and so that's why there is that provision of you your identity being able to hold ICP in the ledger. So as in any case you want to maybe get new cycles, you just ban the ICP and get new cycles. And so I think that is it mostly about the identity. So let's take a brief look at the wallet command, and then we see what information is there. So as you can see that basically it holds the user's cycles. So you can check the balance, you can controllers. So basically controllers, they mean the identities which are authorized to, let's say, send or interact with the wallet in a way which can either increase, which can decrease the amount of cycles in the wallet. Anyone can send cycles to this wallet, but it's only the controllers of this wallet that can execute like functions or commands which will make the wallet to like surrender the cycles or utilize the cycles or give away the cycles. So you have to be a controller in order to execute some of those commands, and yeah, we shall see how what that means when we start deploying our applications or canisters in the coming videos. And so that's a brief look at the wallet command. So if we look at the ledger command, it also has a bunch of options. So you can see that ledger command, it basically allows the identity to hold ICP. So ICP, so basically it has a different number of commands. The first one being the account ID. So this account ID, they say, prints the ledger account identifier corresponding to the principal or the identity. So if I type in DFX ledger, then account ID, or no, I think I've typed the wrong command, you will see that I get a bunch of strings. So this is my I can call it like an address that can be used to receive ICP for this specific identity of test ID, as I told you in the previous minutes. So this string of numbers corresponds to this identity of test ID, meaning I can, for this identity, I can receive ICP on this address or account identifier, and once the ICP is on this account identifier, I can use this same identity to either ban the ICP to get cycles, or I can also send the ICP from this address to another address, as you can see from these and so that's it briefly about the ledger command. And so next let's go to the canister command. So if I type in dfx canister, you will see that they have a bunch of information. So they say manage, this command manages canisters deployed on the network replica. So let's say you've deployed your canister and you want to call some method on that canister. You can use this command, and then you see using this call method. Then you can also create a canister using this command. You can delete, you can post cycles, you can like do a different commands on using this dfx canister command. And yeah, so basically most of them we shall look at. Before that, you can see that you can start the canister, you can stop the canister, you can install code in the canister, you can get information about the canister, you can also get the canister ID, and you can also uninstall code. So there are very many different options you can use with this command, and we shall utilize more of them in the next videos. And I think the last one should be the upgrade, dfx upgrade. Let's see what that command is all about. So you can see that upgrade dfx, previously you saw that if I show you my version of dfx, you can see that I'm running dfx version 15, if I can call it that way. But a time can reach and then you find that they have released a new version, let's say 0.15.4 or 0.515 point something, any version above this. So if you just want to upgrade to the next version, to the latest version, all you have to do is type dfx upgrade, and then if you press enter, it will upgrade to the latest version that has been released. And so I think that is it about the most commonly used dfx commands. It has, it's quite a lot, but this is just like a preview. We shall get a more hands-on practice when we start using them to like create real projects. And so that's it for this video, and then in the next video we shall look at how to set up VS Code as a way to set up our environment, and after that we shall use some of these core commands to create a project, deploy a project, do different things about the project using these commands. And so that will be in the next video. We set up the VS Code, download the relevant extensions, and yeah, deploy projects, and then yeah, we continue. And so that is it for now, and see you in the next video.